there, this is Luke with Hamilton RV. I'll be doing a demo of the 341 RK Zinger. Starting here, refrigerator out here, strictly 110 power. This has to be plugged in order for this to work. Temperature controls are on the inside of the fridge. Cooktop is over here. Gas line's in the back, it's attached. It's going to hook right down here. That's where you're going to get your gas there on your cooktop. This is the switch for your stabilizing jacks. Them are only meant for stability, them aren't meant to level it. So when you back this into your campsite, you're going to use your wheels to get your side-to-side leveling by laying blocking down and backing onto them. Once you get your side-to-side level, then you're going to disconnect your tow vehicle and you use your tongue jack on the front of the camper to get your front to back level. And once that's all set, then you put the jacks down at the very end to stabilize your camper from rocking and shaking. You should get on your roof 3 times a season to inspect anything that comes through that roof. You got what's called dicor around all the plumbing vents, basically anything that comes through the roof. Over time, that sealant up there gets hard from the sun drying it and baking it, and eventually, as this travels, it's rocking and flexing, and it'll eventually crack. When that happens, you're going to clean it with an all-purpose cleaner, let it dry good, and then reapply the dicor product right back over top of the old stuff. It'll self-level and fill them holes and voids in. This is pre-wired for the Furion backup cameras. Very nice camera. They are an observation camera, so they allow you to see what's going on behind you as you travel down the road. The other cool thing with them is they actually are they have audio in them as well, so when you're backing into your campsite, you can actually talk to whoever, or they can talk, whoever's guiding you in can talk to you through that camera and guide you into your campsite. So that's a couple features. You can get side mount cameras for them that replace your front clearance or your front side marker lights, and have side cameras. I mean, there's options with them. This unit is a 50 amp power supply. This is where it plugs in. I always recommend extra power cord, and I would also recommend an RV surge protector. Surge protection is a good thing. It protects your whole camper from any kind of power surge, so it's definitely something I'd recommend. And there's a lot of options when it comes to that. As far as hardwire, you can do the plug-in style. You can get just high voltage. You can do high and low voltage. I mean, there's different ones. This here's your furnace vent. Just remember, when that's running, it gets hot. Gray tank here, and then I think up front, these are others. We'll kind of go through that here in a moment. City water connection. If they offer water on your campsite, you're going to hook on here. Water pressure regulator on here. It regulates that water pressure coming in your camper so you don't exceed 50 pounds of water pressure on the system. And then this here is an outside shower. Not really a lot to tell you there. It's more or less just a hot and cold line sprayer, shower sprayer. Water heater, 6-gallon water heater. This is the drain cap for the water heater. This is a Dometic water heater. This is going to turn on down here. That's your drain port right there. This cap goes on right here and tightens up. Pressure relief valve is up here. Relieve the pressure from the system before you pull that cap off. All the switches are inside to turn it on and off. I don't recommend leaving water sit in the tank. If water sits in this tank too long, it'll get stagnant, stale, it'll start to smell, right? So if you're done camping, I always recommend drain it. This here is your freshwater fill. So if you get your potable tank, the drain for that is actually that white gate valve you see right there. You're going to pull that. It's a quick drain. That's what they call them, quick drain setup. That drains this tank. Basically, you're going to use that if you're going to rust at camp somewhere. Sweep seal and the bulb seal on this unit. I'd recommend a spray and conditioner for that. It's going to clean, condition, and put a UV protection on these seals so they don't dry out and crack. I would also recommend slide covers. Slide covers go on the roofs or over the roofs of the slide outs. It's an awning basically that gets attached to that. With that awning on there, it actually stops all the leaves, sticks, nuts, any of that debris from collecting on top of that roof. So when you roll the room in, it rolls everything off. Otherwise, you have to get up there every time and clean the leaves and sticks and nuts and that stuff, sweep it off, blow it off, whatever you're going to do. Because if them sticks and leaves go through there, they tear this rubber, and then it's no longer sealed once it's closed up, and we don't want that. So you definitely got to make sure you clean that. This here is where your manual crank is going to be for your slide out. And we're going to come around, and I'm actually going to show you the round rod right there. That round rod with a roll pin, that's where you're going to put the crank handle through. That'll manually crank the slide room on the opposite side. So there should be one around the other side for this slide room over there. Tanks, you got a black and a gray tank. Black tank is on the right, gray tank is on the left. Gray handles your gray tank, black handles your black tank. First thing you're going to do, I always recommend a clear adapter on your sewer hose. You are going to pull, or put your sewer hose on with your clear adapter, and you're going to dump the black tank and get rid of all the waste in the tank. Once it's empty, you guys have a tank flush valve. That's what this is. So basically what that does, inside your black tank, it's got a sprayer that sprays and rinses that tank. And you're going to run that water through that until you got clean water coming through that sewer hose. That's why you want the clear fitting on the sewer hose. Once that's achieved, you'll shut the water off, close the black valve, and then you'll pull the gray valve at the end to kind of help rinse your sewer hose and stuff out. This is your power cord that comes with the unit. That's your 50 amp cord. They're normally about 30 feet long. That's why I always recommend extra, because every camper at every campsite are laid out differently. I always definitely recommend a battery disconnect switch on here. These don't come with no disconnect switch. I would disconnect the positive side of the battery just to, you know, it cuts the power from the battery to the camper so your camper can't drain your battery dead. You know, you get about 3-4 days that battery dies on itself. Unless you have a 12 volt fridge, then it goes faster yet. So you got two 20-pound cylinders on this. Regulator here. This is where you're going to flip from tank to tank. These will auto switch as well, and all that means is if both tanks are open, it's going to draw from whatever tank it's pointing at first. Once this tank empties, it automatically starts taking gas off the other tank, as long as the valve's open. Now, the downfall to that is you don't know when you're running out of propane, so I always recommend close one tank and run one at a time. This cap will come off, this twists and pulls out. That's going to allow you to manually crank this tongue jack up and down. Docking light on the front. Crank handles, you got this crank handle here is going to be for the tongue jack. This one's going to be for your manual crank for them slide rooms. And your stabilizing jacks, I believe you can manually crank as well. It's going to be, let's go over here and show you quick. On this end, they're the opposite side of the switch. The same round rod and roll pin right there. So you can manually crank both your power stabilizing jacks up and down if you need to. And there's a switch for the front stabilizer jack right there. This is a coax hookup for a TV and a power outlet. And your other slide room. You got two small awnings on this. Wheel bearings should be repacked every 2 years or 10,000 miles, whatever comes first. And this slide room's the same thing. You can do the slide covers on that as well. It's something I'd recommend. And I'm going to come in the back, but actually your switches and everything are up front. We'll kind of start here. Switch here for everything. So this is a 12 volt refrigerator. So a 12 volt fridge, like I said, you're going to get about probably a day or day and a half off that battery if this is on. Power button, you push and hold, they got about a 5-second delay. Boom, fridge is on. And right now it's showing you can adjust the temp in the freezer. And then if you push the button here, that'll be your fridge. And then this is the night mode. That just makes your compressor not kick on or off as often. And to shut it off, you're going to hold it. It takes about 5 seconds again. These 12 volt fridges cool down fast. They are fairly new to the industry though. They've only been around for a couple years maybe. Well, that I've actually seen them here. Still expensive, just like the other stuff. You're still probably a couple $1,000 or better for that refrigerator. So it's definitely, yeah. Down there's your fuses, breakers, all that stuff is in that box right there. Stove top here, you got a sparker for the burners and the oven on this. So to light the oven, you're going to put it on the pile, the flame here. You're going to push the knob and hold it, and then you're going to spark that knob. Once the oven pile light lights, you're going to hold this for, 5-10 seconds. Let off, it should stay lit. If it doesn't stay lit, you got to redo it. And then you can adjust it to whatever temp you want. This is just a light. This down here is your carbon monoxide LP detector. This camper's got a lot of counter space. That's nice. So your radio, power button here. You're gonna push that, turns it on. A and B is inside and outside. Bluetooth capable. Otherwise, it's a sound bar. Fireplace. You got a power button down here. You got a timer, that's your flame adjustment, and then temp adjustment. And then this will have a display here. I'm not plugged in, so I can't actually show you, but this will adjust from high, low on the flame, or on your heat. Fire extinguishers next to the back door here, or the front door actually. This is actually your main entrance. Thermostat, this is how you're going to adjust your temp on the thermostat. Cool, fan, off, heat, and then your fan settings here. Right above this, both your slides are in and out, both your awnings in and out, light switches, water heater on electric, water heater on gas, and water pump switch. And then this is your monitor panel. You're going to push these buttons and see how there's 3 lights lit. It's just showing, I got lights on, so it draws that down. Tanks, all that stuff's going to, you just push the button, it's going to show you how full or empty your tanks are. Anyway, we'll come back into the bedroom quick. Bedroom, your bed will lift up, you got storage underneath that. And this unit has a washer dryer setup. If you don't put a washer dryer in here, you still have to winterize that, okay? Make sure that you get antifreeze through that. This here is your antenna booster, and then this is set up for a Wi-Fi, I don't know if it's an extender, if it's actual Wi-Fi setup for the camper. That's something with the OneGuard stuff I'm still a little unsure of. We'll have to talk to the salesman on how that works. This is pre-wired for a second air conditioner. That's partially why you're a 50 amp service. So you can take this vent out and put an air conditioner in if you want. If you're going to leave it like this, I definitely would recommend the Max Air Cover on these vents, on any vent, because the Max Air Cover is actually going to allow airflow in your camper even when you're not in it. It's a dome that goes on the outside over top of that. It allows you to leave your vent lid up. They're louvered so nothing can come in. Just think of this like a house, right? Your house has roof vents in the attic of your home to vent the heat and moisture out. This does the same thing for your RV, and the more vents you have, the better. So even when it's sitting in storage, driving down the road, whatever, you can have the vents open. You don't have to worry about nothing getting in. It doesn't rip your vent lids off because they're protected by the Max Air Cover. So, and you got two vents, so I would definitely recommend them. Another one here. This one's got a fan switch as well. Right there, he'll turn that turns this little fan on. Max Air 1s is all you'd need with that. And it looks like it's a smoke lid on there, so maybe a smoke cover. I normally try to match whatever everything on the roof is. If it's all dark, then I would match it. You know, the air conditioning shroud and all that stuff. Your toilet has foot pedal down, you push down a little bit, it puts water in a bowl, you push it all the way, it dumps out. Otherwise, we're going to sit down. I got some more papers to go over quick. Everybody gets a 10% off parts card. Thank you again for the purchase of your RV. Present this to them in parts. They'll give you 10% off whatever you purchase, okay? This other sheet here, this is like our, we call it our cheat sheet. This is for you guys. This has our phone number first off. So any questions, if you're interested in anything that I explain as I walk around my demo here, please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV at 989-752-6262. I'll do whatever I can to, if I can't figure out a question that you have, I'll find somebody that can, or make sure that things get added on or however the conversation may go. Tire torque, tire pressure, how many valves. This is more or less for you guys, so you guys know what goes where, you know. And then on the back, I draw out winterizing valves. So you got 2 valves on your water heater, open setup. The way the valve handles are pointing here, the way this is pointing, the valve handle is going with the line. It's open to that line, so it's open to the water heater. It lets the hot or cold water come in the bottom. Hot water comes out up top. For winterizing, it's just the opposite. So now we turn these so that they're in line with the bypass line. So now nothing can come in the water heater. It goes up this bypass line and back through the system. By doing that, 2 gallons of RV antifreeze for winterization. And then you're going to find the one valve underneath your kitchen sink that's on your water pump. And you're going to turn the valve that's on that, and there should be a hose right there attached to it. You're going to stick that open-ended hose in a gallon of antifreeze, and that's how you're going to get the antifreeze through the system. The last sheet we got here is our virtual demo page. Again, my name's Luke, and it's wrote out here, so you guys will have that. Price list of everything that, and prices are subject to change. They're fluctuating right now, up and down, so just keep that in mind. So give me a call and I can give you an accurate quote on stuff. This kind of gives you an idea. Backup camera, I believe, is less than that right now. It was about $100 less. Slide covers are sold in 6-inch increments, so they start out, the smaller ones are $5.34. That's parts, labor, everything that's installed. And they go up from there, it just depends. So again, I'll have to get measurements of what they are, and then I can give you an accurate quote of what it'll cost for your slide covers, and that would be the price per slide room. You don't need no awning crate to get small awnings. Vent covers, this is kind of the same thing. They go up and down. I mean, it's but you could do Max Air 1s. Max Air 2s, a big difference is they're louvered on the side, so you get better airflow through Max Air 2s, and Max Air 2s have pins you can pull and they're hinged. So, I mean, Max Air 1s is all you'd need. They are cheaper, so I mean, whatever you want to do. Surge protection, this is a hardwire setup, and I always recommend these with the monitor. The monitor is it tells you what's going on, so without that monitor, you have no clue if you have a power surge, so that's why I would definitely recommend it with the monitor. Again, this is something that's inside your camper mounted, so somebody can't just walk away with it. The other ones plug in the box at the park, so I mean, you have that chance of somebody just wanting to walk away. So I mean, and then lend hands, tongue jacks, all that good stuff you can add. And then we got the paint and fabric protection. Now, paint and fab goes on anything vinyl, leather, fabric, or carpet on the inside. It gives you a 5-year warranty from any kind of rips, tears, stains, or burns on the inside. So if you got kids or pets, I mean, sometimes that'll do it. And then on the outside, it gets sprayed with a ceramic coating that is put on your awning fabric as well as the side walls of your camper, and it protects from any kind of sun damage. So you don't got to worry about paint fade. Awning, the awning fabrics. You don't have to worry about any of the sun drying it out and cracking it. It protects. You get a 5-year warranty from all that. It also makes washing easier. It doesn't let the black streaks stick as well. So again, paint and fabric protection there. And you'll get a 5-year warranty on the outside as well as the inside, okay? And then the last thing we offer is our extended service contract. This is something that I would highly recommend to anybody buying a camper. I don't care what you buy, used, new. Service contract's great. You gotta remember, this is like a house that travels down the road. So, over time, you got this thing flexing and getting beat up traveling down the road. Things break. I mean, it's not unheard of, especially in this industry. So, the way it works, the first year is done through your manufacturer. So you got a 1-year manufacturer warranty with this unit. So basically what you're purchasing with our extended, they call it a 7-year warranty, but technically you're buying 6 additional years after the manufacturer warranty for this camper. And the 6-year warranty covers all, or I'm sorry, they call it a 7-year again. But again, you lose the first year to the manufacturer warranty. That trumps it. So it covers all the major mechanical parts: furnace, fridge, air conditioning, water heater, water pump, all the LP system, water lines, fittings, tanks, slide motors, mechanisms. There's parts in the suspension, parts in the hubs. Basically, all the mechanics of your camper is covered under that warranty. For total of, it's 7 years out, you're under a warranty, which is great. After your manufacturer warranty ends, that's when your extended would kick in, right? So that's when, if something were to break and you guys were more than 50 miles from here, there's 2 things I like. One, it's prorated, so you can cash it out at any time and get the difference back. The other cool thing I like about it is it covers that mobile guy. So if you guys are away more than 50 miles from here, from Hamilton RV, you can have a mobile guy come out and service your camper. You pay your deductible on the contract, which I believe is $200. Once that's met, or once you pay that, you know, I mean, if you need a new fridge or you need an air conditioner or whatever the case may be, you can't get your slide room in and out. You know, that them parts, labor is all covered under that extended warranty. So it costs you $200. The guy fixed it, and everybody's happy. You know, I think it's a great thing, and you're gonna find that, you know, with as much as stuff fluxes and moves around, and you're gonna find things break. It's normal. So the warranty is definitely something I'd highly recommend. Generally, rolling in the paint and fabric protection, you're talking 15 to 20 bucks a month difference in a payment. And if you roll in the extended service contract into your finance, you're talking between $30 and $35 a month. It really depends on your financing situation, though. So, again, that's something we'd have to talk about. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. Any questions, please feel free to give me a call again at 989-752-6262. Congratulations on your purchase, guys, and have a wonderful day.